Good afternoon. First, let me thank all my colleagues for being here. You'll hear in a moment from County Executive Anthony Pacenti. You'll hear from Mayor Rob Palmieri. We're also being joined by a loud noise on the right, and Rome Mayor Jackie Izzo, Mayor of Whitesboro Robert Friedlander. We have Assembly Member Mary Ann Buttonshone here, and Senator Joe Griffo. Congressman Anthony Brindisi is going to be with us. We have the Executive Director of the New York State Thruway Authority, Matt Driscoll. And we're very grateful that he's here. Commissioner Rowan DeStito is here. So we have all the resources that we can have, and we've been preparing and we've been coordinating for the storm, as everybody knows, that is on its way. There are two complications with this storm. The first is there's a significant amount of snowfall that is forecast, 18 to 20 inches in that range. Forecasts, as we've learned, vary somewhat, but a significant amount of snow. On top of that, a very high level of wind. On top of that, the temperatures are going to drop significantly. Could go as low as -15 with the wind chill factor. You put those three elements together, and it's a dangerous situation. And that's what we are looking for, and that's what we are preparing for. Second complication is this is a statewide storm. Normally, when we have an extreme weather event, it's isolated in one region of the state or two regions of the state, and then we have the advantage of deploying assets from all across the state to that region. In this situation, it will be a statewide storm. Worse in some areas, a little better in other areas, but it's going to be a problem all across the state. So we don't have the advantage of then deploying assets from other parts of the state to any particular region. You know, in the past, we've brought equipment down from the North Country. We've brought equipment from Buffalo to Utica, from Long Island to Utica. So this is a more problematic situation for us to manage. But we've been preparing for it. The state has more equipment than it has ever had because we've learned the hard way. We have more personnel. There will be about 5,000 state personnel who will be deployed to do the storm management. There'll be several thousand pieces of equipment from Department of Transportation, Thruway Authority. The emergency management operation has been fully engaged, and we're working hand in glove with the county and the city, and that's very important. You know, governmental coordination, they talk about all the time. It's a nice concept. But in the past, it's been an oxymoron, governmental coordination. But not in this case. We have a great working relationship with County Executive Pacenti, Mayor Palmieri, Mayor Izzo. So we're deploying all those personnel and all that equipment in a coordinated fashion, which makes the situation better. We also took the added precaution of doing a tractor-trailer ban, bus ban, which we notified the companies much earlier on all the interstates. That goes into effect at 3 o'clock today. I think that's going to be an advantage, especially with the high wind. All you need is one tractor-trailer to jackknife, and it can close a road for hours. So we are ready. We've done everything that we can possibly do to get ready. We'll stay fully engaged until the storm is past, and we'll keep coordinated until the storm is past. I would ask cooperation and help from the people of the state. It's a holiday weekend, luckily. People don't have to go to work. And if you don't have to be on the road, you really shouldn't be on the road. It's a danger to yourselves, and it's a danger to others. You know, you have men and women who are going to be working all around the clock tonight to try to keep the roads clean. You'll have troopers deployed. You'll have Department of Transportation people. You'll have plow drivers, all out to keep people safe. We don't want to make more work for them. 1 to 2 cars get stuck on a road, and now we have a major problem. So I know New Yorkers believe they can handle anything, and we can, but at the end of the day, Mother Nature still wins. So if you don't have to go out, don't go out. We don't want to send emergency crews to help an individual, and we don't want to see 1 or 2 cars actually backing up the situation. But we have been through worse before, and we will get through this. It will be a rough couple of days. And again, the wind chill, when you're talking about -5, -10, -15 degree wind chill, that is serious, and that's a health and safety risk. So diligence and caution by all. I want to thank in advance the men and women who are going to be working over the next 48 or so hours, because it is going to be tough out there. And we're lucky to have them, and we thank them very much for their effort and for their expertise, because what they do is very important. It's also very hard. And I want to thank County Executive Pacenti, Mayor Palmieri, and all the local officials very much, and their teams for their coordination and working together as one. So we're doing everything we can to serve the people of this state and keep them safe, because that's what the job is all about at the end of the day. With that, I'll turn it over to County Executive Pacenti.
First of all, on behalf of, good afternoon, and on behalf of all the residents of Oneida County, I want to thank Governor Cuomo for being here today and really doing everything that he is working with us in the face of this extreme weather that we're facing over the next couple days. Your presence here is another example of the cooperation that you mentioned, especially at times in our communities, in delivering for our residents in severe conditions, but all the time. And so the state, as the governor has said, and we have great partnership, has been in constant communication with us and providing all types of resources, as you can see behind us, to keep the streets clear, keep our families safe, as we said. We're more secured, more prepared, thanks to the governor's efforts in this area. And it seems like we've been through this many, many times, Governor, and I want to thank you again for that commitment. We're seeing, as the governor said, in action, the people behind us, the DOT crews, our emergency management professionals, all of our public works in the cities, counties, towns, villages that are working to keep, in our case, to keep Utica, Rome, and Oneida County on the move, safe, and keep our streets clear. Governor made a great point, and I urge everyone to listen to that, and we talk about it all the time, especially in these extreme events. If you don't have to be on the road, please don't be on the road, especially during the hours when this storm is at its heaviest. The crews need to keep those roadways clear for emergency situations that will, and could arise during those conditions. We have outstanding public works crews on all levels of government working 24/7, as the governor mentioned. The other concern, clearly this weekend, as the governor stressed time and time again, is the wind chill and the low temperatures. I mean, that's a very serious concern for us, for all of our residents, in particular the elderly, that we always have to keep a special eye on. If your neighbors are elderly, please check on them, especially under these conditions, and try not to have them go out at all. I mean, even the slightest bit of exposure in this kind of weather for everyone is serious, but for our elderly and even for our younger children is much more severe. The same goes for our pets and everyone else that we're caring about. So again, I want to thank the governor. I want to thank his commitment, the resources that he put in, and thank him for being here today. The governor said this is a statewide event. The last couple other times he's come when it's been isolated around us. This is a big state, as everyone knows, and the fact that he is here today with us, and I want to thank him for that, and considering all the territory he's been covering and has to. So another thank you with that. Along with that, I'd like to pass the mic over to my good friend and colleague, and we've been through a few storms together as well, many, and that's the mayor of the great city of Utica, Rob Palmieri. Mayor? Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. And I first want to thank our great governor for his leadership, especially in times of need. And when I talk about a great leader, it's not only when you have good times and you're opening up a new business or new corporation. This governor right here, behind me, is in here, has been here when we have the snow emergencies, when we have a need with our flooding. He's here on the ground, and I want to personally thank you for, again, being a great leader in a time of need. So thank you. We all know we went through some very difficult times during our flooding, during Stella. It was the governor, it was the state that has come to us with the resources, their personnel. And in Utica, we are no stranger to the elements and how they have changed, and how great the forecasting is, and sometimes it's not. But when you have great partnerships with the county, with the state, the governor, we're able to create a catastrophe and make it something that's possible and workable. And I commend the governor, again, because going through this, partnerships, you can't do it alone. And I can only say at this point, if I look behind me, all the men and women, these are the people that will make a difference on the next several days. And to my residents out there, allow the professionals to do their job. Allow the professionals to go out there with DPW, DOT, to do the plowing. Take care of your family members. This is not a time to go out and challenge Mother Nature. We're not here today to say this event is not going to happen. The severity of this event is going to happen not only with the snow, with the wind, it's with the Arctic blast of the cold weather. So I want to once again thank everyone for being here today, especially our governor, as he goes out to another state. When we talk about great New York State, there's not another governor like this. There's not another man that takes on what I believe we haven't seen in years. And as we have grown economically, it's a partnership. And the governor talked about it, the county executive talked about this. We don't get to where we are without partnerships. So at this time, we will take any questions that anybody has. Thank you.
I'm afraid of snakes. Do I have fears? Yeah, look, it would be unintelligent not to be anxious about this situation. It is a life-threatening situation. And as the county executive has said and the mayor has said, we have been through a number of emergencies, a number of floods, storms, hurricanes. There is a pattern of extreme weather that we've never seen before. And you can lose people. It's very possible that over the next few days, we could have a loss of life. And that scares me. And that's why we work so hard to do everything that we do to make sure we're doing everything we can to protect the people of this state, because this is nothing to be trifled with. And the performance of our emergency workers literally can be the difference between life and death for people. So it's not really a question of being scared, but being realistic about the threat that we face. I am. I've been through situations where we have lost people. And I've been through situations where I had to call and talk to the families of loved ones who were lost. So I take it deadly seriously. And we all should. We all should. That's why, as both the county executive and the mayor said, you know, the men and women who you see before you from the county, from the city, from the towns, they put their own safety in jeopardy to be out there. And we want citizens to respect that and to act responsibly so we don't make their job harder. But no, I take it very, very seriously, and everybody should. No other questions? Okay, thank you, guys.